Hey, surprise, you're live.
Woohoo! We are tWoTcast, episode 304.
No, he doesn't. No. Okay.
All right, everyone shut the f*** up. Let's ready to record.
We like to start every show by yelling, "We are tWoTcast." Can you do that with me? On the count of 1, 2, 3, go. We are tWoTcast. Now we can start.
The Wheel of Time Reread Podcast. Explicit and R. Freaking rated. Jono's the wild card. Always talking shit. Joe's the straight man. He's a total dick. Tom is still obsessed with X-Men.
Previously on X-Men.
We are
I just let it keep going.
We just never come
I
back.
wasn't sure when I should stop that.
You're viewing tWoTcast, the Wheel of Time Reread podcast. Now covering season 1 of the Eye of the World. The Wheel of Time, covering
The Eye of the World?
and made. I'm just excited to have anything to read that I don't fuck up too badly. I
Amazing.
texted them like seamless intro by literally
Season
saying,
1, I guess, should be The Eye of the World.
well, it's also Dragon Reborn.
That'd be great if they called
I mean,
it that.
and sorry, Great Hunt, and some Dragon Reborn.
Spoilers! Spoilers!
Jonah, that's the first time in 11 years I've heard you say the Great Hunt.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
Like literally.
That's true.
You know, when my wife gets older, you know what her name's going to be?
I can't wait to find out.
Great Hunt.
I really thought you were going to go another direction with it.
What'd you think it was going to be?
Yeah,
I don't know. I thought you were going to swerve. I think you're going to zig
No, just Great Hunt. Just we'll
while
just
we
kind
were
of
zagging.
we
He
just
can't do that, Tom. He goes down the straight and narrow every time.
and yet still gay.
Knew there was a joke for that too. Finish the intro.
Oh, I'm Jono, and with me is Joe
Oh, hey, Jono. Hey, man.
and Tom.
Say your mouth.
Well, it
I
looks
really like
like
that people were cheersing each other in the chat before we even started. That was fun.
Oh,
I like
cheers.
that. Keep it up, guys.
salute.
I've got my eggnog in rum.
Oh, I'm saving that for the What a Holiday. Actually, a good segue, Tom.
Oh, yeah, I did that on purpose.
Hey, we're going to be on What a Holiday. It's a streaming charity 24-hour thing, similar to what we do in the summertime-ish. When did we do that? I guess last year we did it.
Summertime-ish.
Right?
We've done it summertime 2 years in a row. Where are you?
But it was later. It was later this year, right?
Yeah, it's like August.
I don't know.
Yeah, still
Yeah,
summer.
whatever.
Yeah.
It was summertime. But here's a quick little silent video, but it gives a quick rundown of
Can we talk over it?
what's going
People
on.
hear us?
Yeah, we can talk.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, for context, I think that, given the time of the year that it is, obviously it should be noted that it was named after what Marv says after falling through it. He says, "Wow, what a hole!" And
Yeah, that's it. What a
yeah.
hole.
Yeah.
But real quick, so here's the schedule again, real quick. We're going to be on at 11 p.m.
So
on
drunk.
December 11th, a Saturday.
11 p.m.
Yes,
on a Saturday?
We will be very drunk. Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
I'm going to try to get on Lesbian Nerdy Show for sure. She'll definitely want us to be there.
You're gonna be a
What?
shit
At
show.
1 a.m.? All right,
yeah,
doing
why
it.
not? I mean, we're already wasted.
I mean, why not?
Why not? We'll do all of
I
it.
mean, if she wants to hang out, we'll hang out. That's what we do. We're really good at hanging out, Tom.
Yeah.
I don't know if you knew that.
I'm pretty sure she doesn't want us to hang out. But,
All right.
That's why we're doing it.
Even better.
but yes, exactly.
Even better.
As long as we have a way to get into the stream, I'm just going to show up drunk.
I mean, well, yeah, that'll happen.
She can kick us out on her own volition. That's her prerogative.
You're what the French call les incompagnos.
Johnny, you
I
would be
talked
able
to
to get.
Matthew Bennington about being on that episode with us, guys, because I'm thinking we're going to do Twat Pretty again.
Ooh.
Oh,
I don't know. We haven't really talked about it. I guess we can figure that out not on a live stream, but
I gotta say, I like it every time.
We're going to come up with a fun game to play.
Every time there's a game to play, it takes a lot of the pressure off because I don't have to think of things to say. There's a structure, and I can just work within that structure.
I actually I reread and rewatch every single Wheel of Time book, every Home Alone, any Wet Hot American Summer, on the possibility that it's going to be anything like that. That's how much I care about Twat Jeopardy or Twapperty. So
talking about.
Yeah. So for Twat a Hole or Twat a Holiday, I will be redoing all of those.
I mean, we might do Twat Jeopardy, Twapperty, as I like to call it. We might do something else. What if we do something else? I don't know.
I'll still rewatch them all.
We're going to incorporate Home Alone in some way mixed with Wheel of Time. That's the key here.
I feel bad.
Isn't it the other way around? It's the other way around.
They're connected.
Yeah.
They go back
to each other easily.
Very simply.
Yeah.
There's got to be one poor fan who was like, I don't know, like, found out that like his mom died or was diddled during Home Alone and can't fucking watch it without the world's worst PTSD, and then just all we do is talk about Home Alone. It's just like, no. So our apologies.
So you're worried about the one viewer / listener, and they are. I mean, they might be viewers. I don't know.
They're all viewers.
That has PTSD from Home Alone.
Yeah, I'm not that worried. Hence my name. But our apologies to that person.
Well, maybe we shouldn't talk about Home Alone anymore. Maybe we should talk about the Wheel of Time.
Yeah, spoiler warning.
If you were diddled during Wheel of Time,
you're gonna have a real hard time with this episode.
Yeah,
pun intended.
No, this is what we're doing. We're doing spoilers for just the TV show, theoretically.
Yeah, and we will try our best.
I will not spoil anything. I'm getting really good at this.
Lays and Coppa Tom.
Spoilers for just the TV
works
show.
So much better.
And also, I guess, we've only done this a few times, so we're going to keep spelling it out for our viewers and or listeners. But the first segment of the show, we're going to do spoilers for just the TV show. And then the second segment of the show, we're going to like spoil for the books and the TV show and talk about how they're connected. But here's our I guess our spoiler review for episode 4, John.
All right.
Take it away. Well, what's the first scene, John?
The first scene is in Gildan, which is under siege. Of course, it doesn't say whether it's the, I assume it's the country of Gildan because that's the name. It doesn't say what town, what city. That'd be Johanna, which
no one can see it.
Yeah. Oh, well, there's a map of my shoulder. You can see that. At some point, just replace the map with just a giant dick pic, and I'm still going to be looking at it. Like,
this is all I need you to do.
Yeah.
Take that frame down, put a piece of green paper in it, and I can make it whatever you want.
What's that called?
I don't know.
Green screen.
So we're in Johanna. I wrote Logain recruits a king.
Yeah,
and he definitely thinks he's actually the dragon.
Well, I mean, does he think that, or is it just kind of, you know what, might as well, because otherwise it's death? Because it doesn't seem like there's anything really that revelatory between you heard he can channel and then he actually channeled, besides you tried to kill him and it didn't work.
I guess healing the wound made him think he was some kind of Jesus type character.
Yeah. I mean, maybe he shows mercy. It's an interesting scene.
My real question was, like, they're running away from Logain, and then the guys sacrifice themselves so the king can get away, and then he just runs to this empty rooftop. Where was he going? Was there supposed to be a helicopter there?
Yeah. This is the scene in choose any movie where he was going to get told, but it just didn't quite work.
The pilot wasn't there. The pilot was a dragon sworn.
Yeah.
He was going to F9 the Fast Saga, excuse me. And then just get in the car and just tow cable across to another cliff face and swing.
Is that F9? Which one did they go in space?
I actually think that's the next one that's not Elliot. If you see an overhead shot of the king when he's like given up, because I guess maybe he's too injured, there is like a downward staircase. Maybe he was just going to keep running and just couldn't take it anymore.
Got tired. It's certainly a very interesting scene.
He got tired.
Fascinating.
I'm just gonna pause by this well for a real quick sec. Oh fuck, he's here.
Damn it. Who'd have guessed the guy who didn't appear to be injured and could kill all my guards would have kept going?
What did you guys think of those?
I don't know.
Shadow people.
I think
that's exactly where I wanted to go.
that's what I was gonna say. I think he thinks he's actually the Dragon Reborn because he's listening to the voices. But then later on, he reiterates that those voices are his past lives, and obviously he can remember his past lives.
Yeah, let's stop for a second. Not to spoil anything, but Tom's name.
What? I am Tom Stairs, dummy.
I can be really happy.
It's been there for like 5 minutes.
Anyway.
No, I was super curious what those shadow people were until like at the end of the episode. And spoilers for the whole show. He reveals that it's all of the thousands of past dragons speaking to him, and one of them's a woman.
Well, he
just
claims
so everybody knows.
Yeah, he claims they are.
Well, so the point is, like, by the end of this episode,
John,
again,
very quickly, he claims they are. You just wanted to point out that it would be insanity for there to be a woman dragon. Yeah, that's Jono. Official statement from Jono.
Anyway, here's an important note. By the end of the reason I think he truly believes he's the Dragon Reborn and not just like fucking with and just like gaining an army because it could mean death otherwise. I think it's because it's the thing where he's like, I'm gonna, like, he sees Nynaeve and he goes, oh my god, I was wrong. Like he has that I was wrong revelation by the end of that.
Yeah.
Like, I think he truly believed it.
And
not just things, like,
No, I get that. And further to your point, he's actually, despite, potentially going mad here, because clearly he's not the Dragon Reborn, right? We have 5 other potential suspects here. So what he's hearing isn't so much the, voice of dragons past, but, voices of insanity. But what's interesting is that even with that, he still really wants, great freeze frame, by the way, Joe. He still wants well, at least at this point in his madness, because, he wants to bind the world, not break it. And that, he says that, the dragon, previously put us back thousands of years into the past, but he's also just as likely to save as to break. And those are pretty interesting pieces of, prophecy that I think really kind of key into, the kind of what we're leading up to, obviously, or assumed prophecy, I guess we'd call it.
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting. I have a question.
Yes.
You think Logain has sex with those shadow people?
Oh, fuck yeah. Are you kidding me? What do you think? Like, just close your eyes and like it's just your hand. But at the same time, you think it's the shadow. Or just a channel of fucking air. Like, they never really talk about that. Like,
for sure.
Yourself?
Yeah. Yeah, with some sort, if you channel enough water and air in just the right way.
Yeah. That's something they don't see very often.
I don't know, it's scary. I actually just thought of it when Joe put up the screenshot, and I was just like, that's kind of a hot shadow chick.
Yeah. Do you have to look into a mirror to, like, channel air into your own ass? Or can you just kind of feel it?
I think you kind of feel your way.
Feel it. Just feel it, Jono. You know how your senses are heightened when you're
Just kind of
using the one power,
Or dead. Yeah, but also dead in the not. That's a book thing.
So real quick though, we did get like a slight, like, a better look at the male channeling for the first time, and like, because you've seen it in the trailers really briefly, and like, let's put it this way. I was thinking that maybe the black was just like male versus, like, side R versus side in, like male versus female kind of thing. Like white was them and black was it. But then you can literally see that his are white, but the black is like traveling down.
It does seem
like it starts white and the black like travels down the weaves to the end. And I was like, that's fucking cool.
I don't know if this
I like that a lot.
Borders into the books, but like,
it's a tiny bit, almost looks like we know that the male half has been
maybe the male half is the black part and the white part when he's channeling is the teams.
I don't hate that. Why not? Anyway,
Yeah.
So we switched viewpoints to.
Well, first intro.
Oh yeah,
I
sorry.
always like to skip the intro. Let's highlight this for no reason. It's Brian Aja. She's holding the book. I really like it.
Why is this happening? Intro, what happened?
I told you I'm gonna highlight something out of the intro every time, just to call it out. Anyway, moving on. Sorry.
Do you think I'm gonna remember anything you said from the previous week? You've lost your mind.
That's a solid point, Tom. I don't know what I was thinking.
So my absolute first takeaway from the camp is that it starts out and people are down and walking around, and then Nynaeve is up high.
She's on a fucking cliff again. Like I'm fucking. I'm now just like beyond upset that that's all that happens.
I'm really sad. I'm really sad I don't have an image of that.
Why is this happening?
Well, and I mean later when there's
that's Tom's wife.
Yeah. Later when they're all fighting, it's everyone's attacking them from on high.
Yeah, bad choices. They should have been just slightly higher.
I mean, Obi-Wan has taught us one thing. It's that the high ground is very important.
So Moraine's healed by Karena Sedai, who is exhausted from holding Logain, from having shielded him. And he's got thousands of followers. So I've got some... this is for the book stuff, so it doesn't matter now. Although they kind of mentioned linking versus not. And that kind of... you can imagine where my dumb mind went to for the spoiler stuff. But anyway, for this, there's this fact.
Nynaeve is on the outskirts. Tom meant up. What I should have said up high. Moraine is healed. Leandrin is always pissed? ? And then Moraine's like, "Let me see him," and then they go in. Then they go in to see Logain.
I enjoy this kind of Leandrin dynamic of trying to. We should kill him. We should, that kind of thing. Even though Karena said
kill him, she wants to gentle him because it's too much work to get him back to
I guess that's true. Yeah, you're right. You're right about that.
which is hilarious, by the way. She's like, this seems like it's gonna be hard.
Have your wives
let's just do it now.
Yeah.
Lauren
Shannon's
watches every episode with me.
Have they read far enough to like my wife?
Likes
Leandrin.
Your wife's
no nonsense.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna text.
Lauren's read after. I realized I was recording a podcast for like 10 years, and plus change. Lauren has read a little bit of The Great Cunt.
That's a little bit spoilery too, though. I just don't like Leandrin.
Yeah. No, she's awful. She just finished 9 books, and
Maybe we save that for the spoiler part at the end, just impressions of that character necessarily.
I just texted your wife and say you like Leandrin and you're gross.
So there was
good.
So when Moraine gets healed and there's a scar, I'm not impressed by Aes Sedai healing.
Well, we all know it's not the Age of Legends, so
Well, again, spoiler for books, Tom. Jesus fucking Christ, you're awful at this.
How is that a spoiler? They should be
Brandon
super
says
good
they put
at
the
Nynaeve
pronunciation line in there for you guys. Like Tom. I don't know what the like Tom means. But he's talking about Nynaeve, which I was going to
Nynaeve.
Notes. It's in my notes somewhere. I just don't know when.
So obviously that Leandrin, we should gentle him without trial thing is pretty.
They discussed gentling, and she's been like getting the camp riled, like the other Aes Sedai in the camp, like on her page.
Which is interesting considering that there's already, it looks like multiple Red Ajah. There's like 3, right? At least.
I think they're probably the same 4 we saw in the opening scene of the first episode.
Yeah, it looks like.
Yeah.
And so, there's really.
It's the same party of Aes Sedai, I think.
So there's not really that many more people to, to influence. They say there's 7 full sisters there. Well, all right, so 4 of you guys are already on board.
Why aren't more of them guarding him?
So it's 8 with Moraine, though, right?
Well, they only say 7, even though Moraine's there. So maybe there are only 2 others. But I feel like there's obviously
3 greens, if I'm not mistaken.
I think that you're
just
right.
Kareen and Alana? Is that it?
No, there's a third one that's like Asian and has a different order that's not.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And she kind of like blasts the ground up later.
All right, so there's 7 plus Moraine, 8.
Yeah.
I really like in terms of Logain's strength and stuff. I really like Leandrin visibly reacts when her shield is dropped. She doesn't seem like she's
trying that hard
or strained in any way, but then when she lets her shield drop, she's like, oh god, that was hard, like kind of thing. Like when Moraine takes over, that was pretty cool.
Every time we talk about the shield, people taking over anything like that, I'm just gonna ask every time like why they didn't have more than 2 people doing this.
Well, that's
I can't get away from it.
That's so many questions I've got. Right, there's fucking 8.
I think there's only including Moraine, there's only 4 that are capable of it.
Why?
So the reason. Well, they can't have all 3 of them on there. So before Moraine showed up, there was only 3 of them. So they needed to cycle out like which 2 are blocking him.
So the others weren't strong enough. Only 2 can do it at a time.
Yeah, only 3 could.
Does that make sense? Like, why not have 3 people hold a third of him? Because they say later on, like you have to take half his strength.
Well, because then you can't do it indefinitely. And eventually you'll have to sleep, and then when one of you sleeps, the other 2 are just as strained, and like you know what I mean. I don't know. It makes sense.
Yeah. I just understand, so the others are just not strong enough?
Yeah, that's what they said. They're like, I don't remember who says it. I think it might be Leandrin.
Leandrin,
Leandrin. Only 3 of us are strong enough to do it. Blah, blah, blah.
I guess I must have totally missed that line.
Yeah, well, it's got questions I've got for the next part of when we do this. Yeah, so we can skip it.
All right, the next scene is land trains with a rando.
With Steppenwolf. This guy is from, he's in the books.
Steppen?
Yeah. So spoiler, is he well shit. Well, this isn't a spoiler. Is he a warrior from the book where they changed the name?
No, he's from the books.
Okay.
Same book that his Aes Sedai is from.
So obviously this is spoiler free. So who do you guys think is a better warrior, Steppen or Lan?
Lan.
Actually, I think it's hard to... My first note was this guy thinks he can train Lan?
Yeah. Spoiler for the show.
Because he's talking to him like a seasoned veteran would talk to like a newbie, hey, you're still dropping that shoulder. And I'm like, talking about fucking Landman Dragon, bro?
I think they fuck with Lan the entire time because it's like a weird skewering, almost like he's so good that they can take any moment they can to kind of just rise him a little bit.
Yeah, that actually tracks. I like that idea. He does say he's shocked. I mean, he gets it's kind of like a news of from the tower discussion. He's like, what's going on over there? And he's like, the Amerlin seat's doing this. And
the Amerlin seat's
how's the Amerlin? And she's like, well, she's still sitting, kind of thing. And then he basically says, I'm shocked you two haven't been drugged back to the tower. Like Moraine and him have been gone for a long time.
Yeah.
Well, they have been out for, according to the show, searching for 20 years almost.
It's been.
Yeah.
Where are you going with that?
It's 20 years.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Then we get Karenna and Steppen discussing Moraine and Leandrin. And
I didn't really care for
their dinners. I wrote.
I didn't care for the 2 of them sitting around making fun of Moraine and Lan. I didn't think that was cool.
I think it's more like they can't imagine what the 2 of them are like in private, because in public or when they're talking to them privately, they're very cagey and they don't respond.
They're very reserved. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Karheenan are like that. Spoiler for the books.
I mean,
Stop spoiling stuff for the books.
That's not a spoiler at all.
Little of those 2 know that it's Moraine and Lan have been on a secret mission to find the Dragon Reborn. Maybe that's why they're a little dry and mixed company. I have lots of
questions about that later, by the way.
Yeah. Spoiler, Joe's got questions.
I mean, it's for the later section. It's for the later section of the show.
Well, let's switch over to Egwene with the Tinkers and Paradox. Yeah.
Do you want to hear my notes for this section?
No.
Yeah.
Well, I put a header every time the scene changes. So for this one, I put Tinker Camp, and then my one note underneath it says, "That's it."
I wrote, Egwene and Perrin decide to stay with him. Aram doesn't buy their story. Perrin doesn't trust the Tinkers. Those are actual notes.
Yeah, that's part. I have the exact same notice. So it doesn't trust Tinkers, and then Encino around. So
I mean, if you're not going to trust anybody, why wouldn't it be these people?
Yeah, these hippies that clearly
why
don't
not?
have.
I mean, why not?
Yeah.
It's just like these.
So the next
crap.
one's the exact same. It's Matt, Rand, and Tom. And Matt and Rand talking about, do we trust Tom? And then
Wait, before we get there, does Perrin think they're like the Manson family or something?
Yes.
All right.
Yes to your question.
These joyful, peaceful people that gave us a place to sleep and food. Like, I don't like it. Something here.
Something's off about these guys.
Well, you know what that smell is?
You killed your wife,
too
dickhead.
nice.
How this guy get to be this old and still have a wife? Why didn't he kill her?
Perrin is uncertain if that's the smell of freedom or fish.
All right. Anyway, I didn't mean to derail it. Tom and the boys.
Yeah. So the Tom and the boys. It's really just the boys discussing whether they should trust Tom, similar to what the fuck is just happening in the last chapter. And then you heard what the Dark Friend said, that the dragon could be one of the 5 of us, although they don't know who. They're Tim Curry in the middle of Clue. They don't know how to get to 5. They're 1 + 2 + 1 + the 5th, I assume, is Nynaeve.
Yep.
Well, obviously.
Well, nope, it's Tom Merrill.
Nynaeve.
Yeah, it's Tom Merrill.
I think it becomes real. I think it becomes
from the
real
Two
clear at the end of the episode.
Nope.
And then we're right back to the camp. We didn't even do
Random
overall.
Matt was 2 seconds long.
We didn't even do overall impressions or grades for this episode.
I mean, we should do it at the end of this segment.
All right.
Yeah, let's hook the viewers into watching all the way. I'm sure they're
They can't wait.
I don't know. That's there you go. The 5 people watching right now.
Yeah.
Should we rate the episode as a whole, like spoiler-free rating of the episode before we start talking about the episode, or
We'll do it in between. We'll do it in between.
You have to listen
between
to
or
the
before.
But we're supposed to do it up front next time.
Yeah.
I mean,
All right, Joe, you're on the spot.
It's
How
always
many? How many Billy Zanes?
what? We're doing it in between, John.
We're doing it between spoilers and non-spoilers.
Oh, okay. Fuck yes. I heard doing it between, and I just didn't know if that was now.
All right, look, we're back at
I don't know
the.
if this picture. I don't know if this picture mates up with what's going on next.
Well, no, we're back at the camp, and that's exactly where it starts. It's Moraine.
Oh yeah,
and,
Alana and Moraine. Okay, yeah.
Alana, and there's a lot of exposition in this episode. I think pretty cleverly disguised, where they talk about Ajas and how you chose your Aja and how the powers work, and like a lot of shit.
Yeah, it's a good world building chapter. Like as far as just the lore and what is.
It's an episode, John.
No, it's a chapter of my notes.
But it's mixed in with like some fucking fantastic action. Like this is a really well done episode.
Yeah,
this is a good episode. I agree.
You learn all about
I can't wait to hear what our ratings are.
You learn all about the water bond. You learn so much about the world, and they mix it in with like all this awesome shit. Like fantastically done.
I love Alana's point here about what if we accidentally fuck up and the Reds gentle the Dragon Reborn? Because they're sitting there looking at Logain's dick and talking about how Logain's much stronger than they've ever kind of than they see, at least regularly, kind of thing as far as false dragons go. And that's just such a oh wow, if only there had been a thought about that for the last 3,000 fucking years, right? But thank God they got lucky and didn't gentle the Dragon Reborn or the wheel weaves. But
what if this shot was just his dick was out?
And Moraine's standing there like, oh,
they're sitting there looking at Logain's dick. I'm like,
shit.
Were they? And then I was like, he was just sitting there, crotch out, just hanging.
Well,
out.
yeah, that's what they do.
But the important part is we learned Moraine had a dog.
That's very important.
Named
That's
Jenny.
weird. It doesn't, which is also weird.
The dog.
It's not a very Two River or not a very Wheel of Time name. It's just Jenny. It's just kind of generic as can be.
That's what Forrest Gump names his dog.
Maybe that was what Jenny stood for. Jenny. Generic.
All right. Brando says Tinkers are equals cannibals. Looney theory.
Oh my God.
Ayush said that's why they don't fight. They just eat the dead.
Oh my God.
This makes sense. Manson
Brando says
family.
this.
Oh, not quite, right? But, yeah.
Goats.
Shit.
You
Yeah.
can tell it's serious because there's more than one eye.
Yeah.
Soylent
Shit.
Greens made of people.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's very unfortunate.
So we see
That's what Perrin's sensing, guys. He's he's a were-trollic at this point, as we all know. Like,
obviously we're trolling.
and he's just like, this soup tastes a little something there.
You know what this could use? A lot of raw meat and blood. We see Nynaeve and Leandrin together for like a millisecond, and then it
On a
cuts
clip.
scenes again, and then we're back to the phone.
Wait, so real quick, I like how she says, "I like your braid," and you're like, "That's not how you get on her good side." You're like, "Fuck you."
Yeah, that's some bullshit right there. I like your braid. Fuck off, lady.
It's like Leandrin's going through a book, like compliment them first.
Yeah.
But then we get all right. So then we cut back to again Tom, Rand, and Matt. The part like I loved the end of this episode. It was fucking incredible, and I was still most fascinated by Rand, Matt, and Tom the whole time.
I wrote meet the Grinwells. Arrows pointed at them for trespassing. Rand diffuses the situation because this is a real quick cut, and then we're back to them later.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, I skipped ahead. The Grimwells being there, time to muck out the shed, if you know what I mean.
That's
obviously
later on.
No,
no. This is like a millisecond. The Grinwells, obviously, they were Aiel.
because they hide in every fold of land.
Yeah,
out of the wood.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know you were there.
And the other thing I thought was interesting in this scene is that the horses are afraid of Matt.
The horses. You said that weird.
Maybe the horses are afraid of Matt.
Anyone got
At
any
least
horse
his
flesh?
horse is.
Not for this guy. Yeah.
And then we cut right back to Leandrin and Nynaeve having a conversation.
Yeah.
Which I'll have more comments about this in our spoilers section.
So this,
Yeah, I think go ahead, Jono. Sorry.
No, I want to talk about this scene real quickly because there's one point, Leandrin's trying to, what the Redajah do, and I think it's a really fucking cool point here that she says that the red tent is open to all women, which is clearly a minstrel joke.
Yeah, that was no. I think that was just a dig at Lan.
Well, yeah.
Joe, just no.
You're talking about the red tent.
Joe, leave the picture up. Don't put it back on the camera.
You're talking about the red tent, John. I know you're talking about that. You're talking about the red tent.
Just real happy. Anyway, go on, Tom.
This is a brief scene too. Like they talk for a little bit, and then Lan shows up, and Landrin's out, and then she says, "We menstruate over here if you want to join us." And then Lan says, "You can join our fire as long as you don't push me into it." And if I was in a Nynaeve, I'd be like, "I don't want to eat with any of you."
Yeah.
I literally wrote, she invites her in, and Lan invites her also. Which will she choose? It's
She
such
does say
a
Leandrin's a
mystery.
snake. She says that one's a bit of a snake, which Lan's kind of like, yeah, but I also bashed in your head with a fucking blunt end of a knife already. So
yeah, you did try to kill me very recently.
Yeah. Maybe she was on the red tent. It's all right. It's excusable at that time.
It makes a lot of sense.
Sorry you're late. Willie Stickman, anytime.
Oh, Willie Stickman just missed a great minstrel joke too.
Was it great? That was brief. We're right back to the Tinkers, and this is when we really learn about the way of the leaf. I guess when parents just like, I don't get it. If they try to kill you, are you gonna kill them?
No, I'm going to either run or just say, okay, you can beat the fuck out of me.
I wrote, Perrin learns about the way of the leaf. Aram is bitter over a toy he lost.
It's like Perrin's jacket. It's a great jacket.
And then is your life better before or after you picked up the axe? And that was the whole point.
Well, yeah, that's it. Well, you know what? Honestly, my wife may or may not have been putting out as much as I'd like. We'll see. Kind of give it time to marinate. But certainly, she may have been unnecessarily murdered at the time.
I ask your wife all the time if her life is better ever since she picked up Jono's dick.
And her response?
Silence and staring into the middle ground.
Well, yeah, that's what blow up dolls do.
Yeah, well, I mean, they can't focus on anything. They don't have real eyes.
Also, this is just for Jono and our viewers, and I apologize for anybody listening to this as a podcast as listeners. But here's Aram. I mean, come on.
I'm so happy that I made that. I'm so happy with that.
Well, that's tWoTcast for this week. We'll see you.
Encino Man?
Can never show that again. I'm not going to recover.
Oh my god.
It's
pretty spot on.
No, show Isla again. like legitimately, no, it doesn't look like Pauly Shore. Never mind. Keep going.
Aram?
I can't do it.
Aram.
It's not Hopper saying it right next to him, Brando. It's the weasel, Pauly Shore. Oh my god.
Oh man. Anyway, so we get to Random Matt mucking out the stalls.
This is when shit gets serious.
Matt vomits Shatter Logoth.
That's fucking awesome. Like I didn't love everything about how they did Shatter Logoth, but I thought that this was fucking cool as a callback and how the fuck they were going. And if that's why you change some things to make someone vomit up cool shit, fuck yeah. That's
My
a great
god.
show.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, sorry, Dresden Sedai. I cannot see you. Fucking Pauly Shore.
I was not ready for that, and I saw it, and I was just like, "Holy fuck, this is crazy!"
That took it to like a whole new.
Yeah,
voice.
I love it.
Problem with drinking is I forget half the jokes we made last week. So the voice on thing was just brilliant.
We know.
Yeah. Fuck.
It's not brilliant.
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, the fucking Aerodol.
All right, Tom dicks off. Matt needs a break. Vomits Shatter Logoth. Helga gives him a Birgitta.
Yeah, wait. Right after that, he meets Helga?
Yeah, so not Else Greenwell.
She was confirmed, and I guess that got walked back.
So, I mean, not really spoilers, but do you think we see Else?
I don't know. I don't want to get in.
Just yes or no. Just yes or no.
Yes.
Yes.
I don't want to get in. I don't want to get into that or who else is.
Well, it depends which age group you want to get.
If you've never read the book, it's not a spoiler that kid was cast as a different character. So we were all surprised to find out that it was changed when the show aired.
And who follows us? No kidding.
So Tom thinks it's Matt, and as is the Dragon Reborn, because he thinks about Owen, his nephew.
He can channel.
Yeah.
Well, he thinks. Well, no, I think he thinks one of them is the Dragon Reborn.
Well, he's got no reason to expect that there's a Dragon Reborn.
I mean, I guess I'm just basing this off of the fact that he heard the Dark Friends say it.
Yeah, but again,
from the last
Dark Friends say, Dark Friends say the weirdest shit. Right, I think that's what Bill Cosby
I guess
said.
So. Yeah. Well, so just
I thought what Bill Cosby said was shh.
No longer been held up by a court.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah.
Matt has all the signs, and then Rand's like, he would tell me, and then they go on to discuss like you're just a simple gleeman, like what the fuck kind of thing, and he's like, there's meaning behind that name, kind of thing. A silly name hides like how dangerous we are because we remember the past, and that was pretty fucking cool, just in general.
Yeah, no, I thought this whole thing was well done. Again, there's obviously questions about how you reimagine the series, right? And to kind of make it a little more tight, compact, you know what I'm talking about. But this, like, there have been certain pieces that kind of like, well, why this, why this, why this? And then all of a sudden you get this type of shit, right? And it's fucking cool, right? It's like, as far as a reimagination of it, I really loved this entire scene and what's really just a fucking stable, right? Of all the things to have as a so far top fucking 5 scene already in this show.
I wasn't sure we were going to get the Owen story. So I was glad we did.
Yeah. Adam said when the vomit crawls back in, that was fucked.
Yeah. That's like one of those chicks who like after like sucking
This is
it off
important.
it's like spits it all down.
Paige says subtitles actually say her name is Else.
I think
when you pause it,
corrected that yet.
When you pause it, like on the X-ray or whatever the fuck, it does say Else.
No, on the X-ray. No, when you pause it.
Yeah.
When you like hover or like over the scene, it just says Helga. From when I watched it.
Well, I'm sure we're all using different TVs and devices and streaming services.
I actually go to
well, now we don't know.
So let's not dive into that too hard.
Yeah.
Back at the camp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're all shitting on Lan again.
I also have to say this is the most.
No, there's a real quick Moraine and Karina holding Logain, but then they're shitting on Lan.
Yeah.
So go on. Sorry.
That's fine.
How are they this insanely undisciplined?
I actually thought that same thing. Like their eyes, not them literally, but like their Aes Sedais are in charge of holding somebody that can channel, that's super strong, that they know is going to tax their abilities over the course of however long to get back to the White Tower.
Whose army is led by the former king of Gildan? Like, I don't understand what's happening.
Well, and there's also like, quick spoiler, not that it's not a spoiler, as you can probably imagine, when they capture someone, they have troops, not just like we took 12 people in and we just went against thousands, right? You can't expect to have some level of, soldiers with you. And instead they have literally, apparently 7 sisters and, hope to God that the fucking Green Ajah are into gangbangs. So you need more like for water needs because they have nothing. The Reds, obviously don't. So there's like 4 dudes and 7 chicks to go. Like it doesn't make any fucking sense. And Ayush is asking if if it feels like the waters are a bit underskilled. Honestly, I'm not. It's hard to say.
I think a little bit
because they don't die, at least that we saw. But at the same time, they certainly don't look like fucking spinning badasses like with weapons going nuts. So
Lan did in episode 1 for sure.
Yeah,
like,
he fucking did.
Just the little bit of like them training in this episode, you just go like, "Oh, you're always dropping that shoulder," and I'm just like, "Lan doesn't make mistakes," like kind of thing.
Quick spoiler for the show: he doesn't make mistakes. Or for the books, I guess. But yeah, no, it's definitely an odd scene. And again, she's got wards. Okay, so that's smart, but she's the only one who can feel the wards. Like it's not done in different array. It's not done where like. It does seem sloppy as shit. Like they even said, hope they had thousands, but hopefully they all went back to their moms because, why not? And also very sexist. Yeah. Come on, we expect better of you. They could go back to their fathers. And it's just again, it is sloppy as fuck.
I mean,
Tom, your thoughts?
Sloppy. I don't know about sloppy.
Yeah. What? Yes, it is sloppy. How dare you? That's not the way I would run an army, and I'm a sloppy man. I have an army, I guess.
So, Dragon Reborn discussion.
The book? Oh
no, just in the scene. You fucking idiot. We lost them, and then Lan's like, "I lost them," and she's like, your losses are mine." And that was a very kind way of being like not walking back the comment from the last episode or whatever.
True.
She woke up and she was like, "You fucked us," kind of thing. But like, she's very much like, "I can't fucking believe we lost them." And he's like, "I did that. I failed," kind of thing. And that was kind of interesting.
I get that, but at the same time, I mean, she passed out obviously through injury, so I don't blame her at all. They really didn't have another choice, though. I mean, they're pretty much hounded into it's either Shadar Logoth or death. So I mean, yes, it's a less than savory choice, and they probably could have done a better job of explaining, what your options are. Touch nothing.
Yeah, I think a little. Well, I mean, they spelled it out in the show by showing us. Like they showed they were right on top of them. Moraine was passed out. He's like, "Let's go here." Like he knew that without Moraine, he could maybe protect them there, or maybe at least lose the Trollocs through there. Like kind of thing.
So it's not I lost him. Again, maybe he could have done a better job of exposition.
Well, it's Lan. He's going to blame himself,
But I would have thought that she would have walked it back now a little bit more. It's not our loss, but we had no choice.
Oh yeah, fair enough. Your losses are my losses. It should have been more like it wasn't absolutely not your fault, and there was no other option, kind of thing. Yeah.
And then lastly, in this part, he says to Moraine, "You get emotional when I drink," which I kind of love, and at the same time, like I'm sure that a lot of people are like, "Of course, a woman's going to get emotional. You know, how dare you?" Kind of like my wife said that. Not that I listened to her because she's just a blow-up doll.
My wife does get emotional when I drink.
Well, yeah, it's because you beat her.
Yeah. I come home and I've had like a handle of rum, and she's like, "You're annoying." And I'm like, "You're emotional."
You're annoying is all you got.
You always get emotional when I drink.
I'm making a lot of sense, and you're crazy.
Yeah, we were rewatching.
I love the idea of Moraine getting emotional is her reaching out and holding his hand and just being like, "Hey, your fuck up is my fuck up." And he's like, "Jesus Christ,
You want to enjoy yourself?
You're losing your shit right now."
Are you gonna cry next? Oh my
god. Anyway, next we have a Tinker Dance.
Ooh, Tinker Dance if you want to.
Perrin sulks. Egwene asks about the song, and Perrin fixes wagons with honor. And you find peace in your work, I wrote.
I will say I would have enjoyed the dancing more if it was hotter outside.
Agreed. And also, true to, I guess, kind of the hippie-ish lifestyle, the only one attractive appears to just be Egwene. Like, there's really not much else going on. Everyone else is just
I'm not going to touch that.
Yeah, well. Around
because they're not attractive.
Yeah. I don't want to watch this shit. Voice of the people right here. Yeah.
All right. Well, we nailed that.
Yeah.
Also, important to note that peace is apparently a Ponzi scheme, by the way.
Oh, that's in this scene here. Yeah. I mean, it's the same scene, but it's a little further on. She tells Perrin about the Way of the Leaf and her daughter.
John,
and he's like, "Wait, why do you do the Way of the Leaf? Is it for, like your people or your family?" And she's like, no. And then she's like, "It's really for these these two puppets. I really love them. They're called Ryan and Dan." I thought that was
cool. John, if you wrote a book called Peace is a Ponzi Scheme, it would sell so many copies.
I mean, like, jokes aside, never. It's kind of an interesting piece of philosophy, right? That peace is the ultimate revenge on violence. Of course, I suppose the opposite is also 100% relevant too. But it's just kind of, as always, the Way of the Leaf sounds fascinating on paper, and whoops, doesn't seem to work too well. Yeah, thank you, Steve and Steve saying, keep Tinkers hot, and I agree with that.
I got to tell you, if I was a violent person and my enemy was just like, "Oh, I would get back at you with peace," I'd be like, "Fantastic."
You got me.
Yeah.
I'm going to murder your family now.
Yeah. But if you convert to peace and you bring two others.
No, I mean, I honestly kind of like, I mean, not that it makes, well, like, it's so hard for it to make sense, but I feel like they did a good job of getting across like why someone would believe that. Like, she's doing it for like generations and generations. And
yeah, they did
like,
a good job.
"You're not even going to live to see that." And she's like, "It's not about me, Dick." Like kind of, there was a lot of good things said in there.
Perrin is really short-sighted. He doesn't understand that you have to sell it to two friends, and then they sell it to two friends, and that's where you get your money.
Finally, of interest in this last piece is apparently they have Rumspringer. They have.
I'm glad you said it because I was going to.
Yeah, it's just like when they said like we all leave the wagons at 20. I was like, what the fuck?
It's either that or it's the purge.
I just
take our purge and they just run out and go wild and murder people and then hide back in their wagons.
I just wrote Amish tradition, but I like Tinker Purge better.
I love yeah.
Sorry, let me pull up the picture. I pulled up the wrong picture. Let me pull up the picture of Aram.
I mean, Sean Astin has to be in the show eventually, right? He's
I hope so. Yeah, everyone's talking about Game of Thrones crossovers with Tam Althor and stuff. And I'm just like, what about Lord of the Rings?
No, Rudy.
I want some Lord of the Rings.
I want a Rudy crossover.
Incorrect. It's actually a 51st date.
My mistake.
It's 51st Days with Adam Sandler is what's going to be out coming up.
Anyway, so Aram says, "Who holds her heart?" And she says, I mean, he basically said, "Did you lose somebody?" And I wrote, "He knows that she has someone because by now he's normally banging."
Yeah, I'm usually fucking someone by now. What's happening here?
He's like, well, "Why aren't we having sex yet?" You love someone. I get it.
At this stage, I've already been thawed out of an iceberg. So I think I know what's going on here.
Encino Man does
an iceberg?
Yeah, iceberg, a fucking glacier. Yeah,
all the hottest girls in school want to fuck Encino Man. That's how Pauly Shore and Sean Astin become the most popular guys in school.
I mean, it gets you super popular if you're friends with Encino Man. Everyone knows this.
This is inspiring me to put a pool in my backyard tomorrow, because what might happen?
Yeah, build a pool.
You gonna wake up Aram? Rand's dream.
Yeah.
Oh, this was awesome. Creepy.
Yeah, I thought it was cool.
Oh my god!
I really liked how he was like.
He had a dream of
cuddling
Karen
Matt.
just banging on his wife. That axe. God damn.
I wrote, "Rand spoons Matt. I'm here anytime you want to talk," but he doesn't say it. He just says, "I'm here."
Did Dana give Rand ideas? Like maybe Rand does want to fuck Matt though.
Yeah,
he's like, "We're not together."
Perrin,
he's like, "Maybe we could be together."
So into the dream, I wrote, "Perrin hammers his wife." Rand's bloody hands, and then I wrote, "Egwene fire eyes."
I tried to catch it this time. I tried to catch. Was it an axe or a hammer that he was hitting his wife with?
It was a hammer.
Oh, so either way, he's fucked.
Yeah,
axe or hammer, he's killing.
No choice. And Joe and I, like when I saw Joe, I guess 2 days ago on Sunday briefly, we both had the same thought. Like as soon as I saw it was clearly a dream sequence, my first thought was there's like a Rafe Judkins asked me anything on Reddit about
there was a Rafe Judkins on Redkit.
Ask me a Redkin thing.
I'm just gonna change my name to that. About someone was like, "What happened to that Tam in the woods scene?" He's just like, "Did we?" Like about like whether or not they had done it.
He was like, "It was. We would lament that scene not being in the show," and he's like, "Yeah, maybe it is in the show," like kind of thing. So like when
I thought that's what this was. We were like, and then nope, it's instead just hammering at this bloody wife. Which no, thank you, Dresden.
So, I mean. This is about the books, but not a book spoiler. They have dreams in the books too, and I was wondering how that was going to translate. Pretty well so far.
Yeah, so far it's 2 for 2 or 3 for 3. I guess.
I agree, and so again, for the spoiler section of the show, I definitely want to talk about Logain's craziness.
Yeah. Now we're getting to the end. Whoa. Well, I mean, next scene from this part.
Yeah. Next scene.
This is incredible, terrifying.
This was cool as shit.
Did you think Matt killed those people?
No, what the fuck?
I said that's out of order.
Yeah,
relax.
Better. Sorry.
I wrote Fade Fight. Where's Matt? Dead bodies.
Did you think Did you think for a minute Matt killed that family?
Yes.
100%.
Yeah, me too.
I was like, holy shit.
I got hard.
Also, by the way, I'm not convinced he didn't. Still.
Yeah, we still.
Well, there's no blood on the dagger.
Yeah.
And that was my initial. So when he pointed with the dagger, I was like, "Oh God, thank God!" And then I was like, "Wait, he could have wiped a dagger off."
That was so incredible. He was like, "When he's like, I see you," I was like, "Holy fuck, this is cool as shit."
Yeah,
man, way to rewrite a thing
in a cool way.
Like, holy fuck, that was awesome.
Yeah.
And I also don't think that
combining like a lot of aspects of the books into one.
Yeah.
It's
really cool.
Are we crossing a line?
We're straddling a line.
All right. Yeah. But
very
cool.
Real quick, not spoiler. There is no way that Matt looks like he's murdered 3 fucking people when he's holding a dagger like this. Like that doesn't look like someone who's going to butcher a family.
He looked possessed. He was all like stiff and kind of was like, kind of thing. Like,
yeah.
So was Matt able to see the fade up there because he was holding the dagger?
Yeah.
Also, careful in the chat with spoilers, guys. A little. or we don't care.
No, fuck it, that's their problem.
I don't.
Alright,
you
yeah.
know what? You know that's that's.
Yeah, actually, if
That's
you want to,
I can't rein them in. Go
you wanna-
feel free in the.
yeah, you
in
know
the
what?
chat.
Do whatever you want. If you want to watch this part without spoilers, you need to go widescreen. Really look at our faces.
Yeah. On that note, I mean, I want them to have points to discuss. I mean, maybe we'll call back those comments in the spoiler section of the
Yeah.
of the show.
I also,
Yeah.
I thought that scene was incredible. I wasn't expecting it. My God.
I wasn't expecting the fade to be there. So when you walk in and you see the dead bodies, you're like, "Holy shit, Matt killed some people!" And then you're like, which is horrible juxtaposition from him, like being like, "Hey, little girl,
Hey, little
honey, thanks for the
By the
doll,"
way-
kind of thing, and you're like, "Oh fuck!"
I was
We
like,
figured-
Oh man, that was
what the
I had
little
like a
girl
million
gave
thoughts in 2 seconds, and I was like, how are they?
Yeah.
Do they have to tie him up to travel everywhere now? Like, what are they gonna do? He's
Yeah.
fucking crazy. He killed a farm family.
the little girl gave him a Brigitte doll. I don't know if you picked up on that.
yeah.
So,
I mean,
don't know if
I
you
mentioned it.
I don't know
earlier.
what that means. I haven't seen Brigitte in this show. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I don't know what Brigitte means.
Oh, that's what I'm saying.
I do know. I do know that she wants to travel though, as a doll.
Well,
That's a different.
she doesn't make it very
So anyway,
far,
Tom fights the fade. Rand and Matt run into the night.
Bye,
And
Tom.
Matt drops the doll.
It's gotta. I guess Matt's a little busy with other things right now, but he's got to be thinking back to when he was ready to fight Tom around the caged aisle and realize, like, oh, that would have gone poorly for me.
That would not have gone well.
He's
actually
Tom. He's not looking back at it now, but in a
maybe
few
later.
days, he's gonna look back at that fight and be like, "Oh
Like,
shit."
oh,
Okay,
that
bro.
guy would have gutted me like a fish.
To whoever asked that, other than so far the second best fighter, Lan and episode 1 and Tom Maryland right here. Not the fucking warders that we see later on in the next fight. Like, of all the people who looked the most just fucking, because he multiple weapons throwing him at it and like fending off a fade one-on-one. So I do feel like the warders are kind of
Yeah, I would say so far in the 4 episodes we've seen, Tom Maryland is the best fighter, and I don't think it's close.
Yeah, I don't know. Lan and Moraine in the Trolloc fight in the beginning.
Well, what would Tom look like fighting with an ace at it? Even better.
Intriguing. So Adam said, "Didn't Matt have blood on him?" I don't think so.
well, I mean,
It wasn't
odds are
hard.
he's looking at a freeze
And it was
frame
hard to
burning
see,
up.
and I don't think so.
He might be thinking of the dream.
Or maybe he and Rand had gotten into it that evening after he had told him, hey, we could fuck, and it was a little too vigorous, not enough lubrication.
I like to purposely disagree with Adam, but only 25% of the way, just enough to annoy him. So he just keeps commenting, like, "No, you're not getting." just to try to slowly drive him insane.
You know exactly
It's my
what
true goal.
what gets his goats. Huge nuts on that
I see
Glee
what you
man.
did.
Well, that's a spoiler. That's a spoiler about the nut size. Take that off.
I mean,
Yeah,
yeah, we
what
don't
is-
see his nuts for at least a solid couple episodes.
Yeah, no, that's actually book 5, chapter 24. Tom's nuts.
The
Man,
fires-
they go into it. But
Let me
we're not
see-
gonna
let me
we're
see
not gonna
this.
do that.
Oh
here. We
yeah,
might
so
do that.
this is the Leandrin and Corinna discuss gentling and the Tower Law. This is just kind of them no, we need to do this. And this is when Corinna says, I've noticed you've turned the entire camp against me. And my question for later is Moraine included in that? But we can discuss it at that point.
Yeah.
But that was a real quick scene because then we get Nynaeve following Lan to his ritual prayer.
I
Yeah.
love this scene.
There's also
Yeah,
a quick
awesome.
mention. Oh, well, fuck it. Well, I can do it in the spoiler section. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, we might actually have to. Do we have to talk about emotions here? Because I had them.
Was it parent or was it a harem? Or
No,
oh,
they're not about peace.
Yeah,
I like
it
Lan's-
means-
about
I mean,
it.
I love it.
I liked Lan's prayer for Malkier. I liked
Yeah.
when Nynaeve did the old tongue. I liked when he explained it to her, and I liked when she was just like, "You're not what I thought you were," and she says, what she thought he was, and he says the same thing, and
Mhm.
she's like, "What did you think I was?" And then the battle happens. Lindsay screamed at the TV.
He was
Like,
gonna
what?
say-
What did she think he was? She wanted to hear his answer so bad.
Real quick, a legitimate question that's not leading or anything, and the audience feel free to fucking help out. Nynaeve mentioned she learned the old tongue from the last thing that her parents said they died during an attack on, and then I don't know.
Incorrect.
Her village.
Next. She says she only know. He said, "You know the old tongue," and she said, "No, I just memorized what they said."
Yeah,
She
but
doesn't
what did
know
she
it.
say?
It was the last thing her parents said to her during an attack on her village.
Oh, you mean
when
the old tongue words? Like, what are you asking right
No,
now?
no. What is the village name?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, I didn't hear that. I don't know.
Yeah, the
Oh,
village
is that what you're
name was
asking?
something like it sounded like Amberlin, which is I think from
Wait,
like
she said the name? I don't
Yeah.
think I didn't catch that at all.
she said the name, and I just didn't I didn't recognize the name. At least not the way because she says it like it's like the last word and it's down this low, like as far as register, it's just kind of like when they attacked me in the village of Castle.
I definitely didn't hear a village name, or at least it didn't stand out to me. I heard just in the village I was like from or whatever. I didn't like hear a name. But okay, interesting.
No, I think you might be vetoed.
Does it matter?
No, I just for my own curiosity because I want to know kind of the backstory they're building for her, which is slightly different. Which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that.
Let's do that. Let's do that in spoilers. I do want to talk about.
Well, there's
Nynaeve's
nothing.
sister.
Like I guess there's really
no,
nothing.
but I mean, I actually have questions.
All right.
Oh, okay. So he tells her about his people. Neve's parents are dead. Do you want to know what they said? And it's the last king of Menethrin to his wife. We shall go into the land so our children can always hold us. We'll never be alone.
I mean,
And
they're hammering the Nave land thing, and I'm loving it.
I mean, they need to. Like, so in the books, like I always in my memory. Yeah. But it's like, in my memory, like it takes a long time, but in the show, they're getting there fast. That's all I'm saying.
Maybe you should have read the books faster.
Next scene, Logain followers attack.
Let's
do the fight. Oh my god, it was awesome.
It's an awesome fight, but it's so bizarrely it doesn't make sense to me. This fight, it's just like, why are they not attacking in one sort of cohesive line to just overwhelm the numbers? Like it's like literally like 400 dudes spread out by like 30 yards each. It's like single file jog.
I mean, I have a spoiler comment there, but I'm not going to say it now. But like they're just trying to. Their goal is to run everyone to the cave to stop them from getting to Logain. Like
my question is, why isn't the camp closer to the cave? I'm so frustrated that any of this is happening.
Yeah, all you had to do was just seal the cave.
Why did they put the cave at the bottom of the valley where they could be attacked on the high ground by?
I don't think they put the cave.
Yeah, didn't they learn anything from Obi-Wan?
Then don't use the cave as your base.
What's wrong with you?
I don't know.
What do you
All
use
your
as a
base
base?
belong to me.
Why does he need to be in the cave? He's being shielded. Like it's not going to do anything if he breaks out. Let's have him in a tent. Have him next door to where you sleep.
Yeah, why put him anywhere? Leave him in the cage.
What does it matter?
Put up a tent on the side of the road where you found Miranda.
I guess it's a physical barrier to if anybody did get through. It's a physical barrier.
Then
somehow,
protect it. It's
And
mad.
So anyway, my words are down.
Well, I mean, this is what we're here to talk about.
Wait, so here I have notes. My words are down. How many are there? That guy with the axe. Oh, Steppen with the axes says, "I'll save you some. I'll save some for you." And like he laughs off Lance. Lance like, "How many are there?" And he's like, "I'll save some for you." And I'm like, that's a fucking stupid comment. You're about to
legitimate question, dickhead. Like it's usually like 500.
Like, my initial thought was like, God damn it! Every time, like there always has to be that like cocky guy in a fight that's like, "Oh, I'll save some for you," and you're just like, he's asking a serious question. He needs to know numbers so he can react and move in a certain direction.
Well, also, I mean, not that he's going to do it, but Lan and Moraine are here only to get healed. This is not their fucking journey. They could just say, all right, well, suck a dick, I'm out.
There's a moment where someone's about to kill Nynaeve and Lan runs up and punches the guy in the face. And I'm like, what are you doing? Cut his head off and move on to the next
There's also,
one.
well, I mean, on that note, there's also Lan steps in front of her when the arrows are about to fall, which I thought was pretty cool. So like, it's so funny because it's so contrasting from the last episode when she tries to literally kill him to now when she's like, fine, I respect you. And he's like, I respect you too. And then they exchange like a few like I don't know, prayer kind of intimate details with each other's past lives, and then just go like,
Good
all right,
enough.
I guess we love each other.
Well, I guess we're fucking later.
Yeah, that's a fuck hate relationship.
Yeah. So is it weird? And maybe I'm just I'm reaching more than usual. That like, the first episode, it's fine to have some nice like animal human mixture, like gore, but there really hasn't been like too much like human gore. Like this isn't like I don't know, whatever you want to fucking talk about, like whether it's Game of Thrones or whatever the fuck. There's not just like human entrails just ripping out.
The part where Nanev's about to get stabbed and he punches somebody in the face, and I was like, why didn't he cut that guy's head off? And then 3 seconds later, they're running through the woods and there's blood all over his sword, and I was just like, why didn't I just get to see him cut somebody's head off?
Yeah.
Right.
Look, and I guess to go straight against the point I just said, in a minute he's just going to be shooting blood out from his neck. So, fuck me. But they try to. It seems like they're staying away from just like over the top murder, but at the same time, it's a one-on-one.
So
this would have been a perfect time to kill someone.
Just from trailers, we put together that some Aes Sedai die because we saw Steppen in the trailers, we saw the funeral in the trailers, like we saw we saw him like go with the axes, like we saw certain things. When the trailer hit, I was like, when he breaks the shields and they go flying and Karena's head just smacks against that stone pillar, I was like,
pretty hot, yeah.
And then later on she stands up and I'm like, what the fuck? Okay. I guess we're going with like superhero television show from the 90s when like people just get thrown against a car and the windshield shatters and the hood dents in and they're like, oh, I got a slight concussion. And you're like,
did you not watch any Marvel movies? Like Thor just beats the fuck out because he just gets thrown across things.
It's Thor, Jono. It's making fun of a normal person.
Karen Sedai.
No. Anyway, when the trailer hit, I thought she was dead right then and there.
No, good news. You had to wait apparently a moment.
Logain milling that cage, fucking awesome. Just really fucking awesome. I mean, like I know it's just like a simple thing, but him just being like, "I'm free," and it's just like. And
I felt like there's a more efficient way to get out. Of that cage.
Don't care. It was cool.
Could have smelted like 2 bars.
Yeah.
And then just
he likes to be theatrical, Tom.
That is true.
Yeah,
that's very clearly true.
I mean, I just wrote Logain melts cage FYDY.
What does that mean?
Yeah. And PY. Moraine's weird shadow as she walked in, where she looked like almost like it looked briefly like Trolloc armor almost. Like if you looked at the shadow as she enters the cave, like it's got like really burly shoulders and almost kind of like armor type of stuff on it, and then all of a sudden,
what you're saying is this turning of the wheel is clearly happening during the 80s.
Yeah. That's right.
Shoulder padding it up.
Yeah. It's actually written by Robert Jordan's Conan books.
That's true.
That's also true.
This is our saga. So Moraine comes in. I love this, and apparently Logain's, I guess, feel free to give it a positive slant. Self-important enough, I guess, or believe her. It's like, why should I believe you're the Dragon Reborn? And he kind of like, well, let me enumerate.
For like 1 second, I'm like interested in being like, holy fuck, is she like know him already? Like,
yes, wait, yeah.
Is something
I've got
going
to ask,
on here?
did you guys think for even a second that Moraine had something to do with Logain getting free?
No. No, I've read the
really?
books.
Wow, okay.
And I know she did.
Oh no, not even for a second. But I did think that like she was connected to him somehow. They're connected, Tom.
Oh, like corn, chowder, and money.
Like corn chowder and money. You know what I'm talking about.
Does anyone get that reference?
But then immediately,
does Jono get that reference?
Human Giant.
Jono has no idea.
Is it Human Giant?
But immediately, thank you, Tom. Thank you, Jono. But immediately, like you can tell she's stalling because she's just like, tell me about yourself before everyone else gets here. I'm interested, kind of thing. Like, and then the second like Karena is like stirs on the ground, she's like, I just want to tell you that you're not the Dragon Reborn, and everything you're hearing is insanity. Like, and I'm just like, yay, that was awesome.
The biggest problem was she's like, I gotta wait for her to wake up, and then she just hardcore stares at her, like, wake up. And then anyway, Logan,
I'm here to talk to you.
How did
Well,
he
she
not
also
notice?
starts like it goes from, why should I believe you, followed by I don't, and Logain's still sitting there like, well, you should believe me. Like he's like a bad solicitor almost. Like, well, actually, if you read here,
Well, we all know pieces of
38
pyramid
the prophecies. Yeah, it's just like
he's seeing and hearing what he wants to hear. He's like, finally, an Aes Sedai that's gonna, see the truth.
yeah.
So I'm with MJ Daniels. She has been looking for the dragon for 20 years and had to know she was buying time. Yeah.
I mean, we all knew that after the fact.
Or
I mean,
I do feel bad for anyone.
I mean, she
who's
is setting up the next scene, but when she says like your power's a trickle and it's going to be like nothing compared to the Dragon Reborn, it's a raging sun. I was like, that was fucking cool. Well, I mean, like even though I know, like 5 seconds later, you get to see this like
Raging
play
hard
out.
on.
Like,
Yeah.
still fucking cool that she said it out loud. It was pretty awesome.
It's interesting to me that the dragon is going to be like 50 times more powerful than this guy that's twice as powerful as two of the most powerful Aes Sedai that exist right now.
Yeah. That does seem. Yeah. We'll get into that stuff later. Next up on tWoTcast on this episode,
Guys, we're way over time on this episode.
Yeah, well, there's a fuck ton. Like we need to figure.
There's a lot happening in this episode.
Yeah, let's wrap it up.
Yeah,
and then take a
shit break.
All right, Leandrin,
Yeah.
you're gonna burn out. Step in your mad water, shrapnel.
Yeah.
And then Logain sees Nynaeve like the sun.
That was incredible. I could talk about that.
And then there's a real quick like link to me now. Then they gentle him.
Didn't you like
two tears? I didn't get a picture of this, but the 2 tears streaming down his face was pretty.
Wait, go back. Don't you like the power screaming off of her looks like her braids?
But I didn't really notice that. But yeah, also her head
I feel like
is
it's going to all the
perfectly
people on the ground that are wounded. But all right.
Yeah, that's their problem.
I do like their braid. Like, I mean, and
awesome.
people have said this like 10,000 times, but fucking Dragon Ball Z Super Saiyan mode, like just like it just like powering up. It's like an anime, and you're like, oh, okay.
I don't actually love that. I'll be honest. I don't.
I do.
Personally. Yeah, well,
I'm enjoying Nynaeve being incredible.
Yeah.
Logain getting gentled was pretty fucking amazing looking, and I guess we can get more into that in this spoiler.
That whole just quickly, like the dumb fucking Water Steppenwolf, like hitting the shield with his fucking weapon, which for some reason exploded and sent shrapnel everywhere. A, you're dumb.
Yeah.
B,
I mean, Water Rage.
Yeah, his Aes Sedai died. I'm honestly surprised he didn't do more than that. What more would be? I don't know.
We're borderline book spoilering, so like let's ratings for this episode, and then we'll move into book spoiler so we can discuss that.
I'm going 9 out of 10 Billy Zanes. I'm going 9 out of 10 Billy Zanes. This is
9
my
out of 10 Billy Zanes.
I think this is my favorite episode. Even though when we get to spoilers, I have also 8 million complaints about certain pieces. I think as far as the fucking narrative of a show goes, if I had never read the books, which by the way I have. This to me is this links everything together so fucking well.
Yeah, I agree.
I gotta say 9.99 Billy Zanes out of 10 Billy Zanes.
All right.
9.99.
Yeah.
I mean, Matt vomited up
healthy review.
Matt vomited up Mashadar.
That's fucking awesome.
Like,
yeah.
All the fight, like, man, awesome.
I mean, we're all high on this one. So I'm going 9.7 on this one.
If everybody's ready, 9.7 what?
Billy Zanes.
Out of 10 Billy Zanes?
Out of 10 Billy Zanes.
Okay, just want to make sure. I got a lot to say in the spoiler part, but I
can't wait.
As the show itself, like, fucking awesome.
My wife's gonna divorce me because I'm gonna be just sitting here fucking screaming, and I'm one room over, and I'm just like, I can't wait. But you know what? She's a blow-up doll, and I re-heliumed her, so she'll be fine.
All right. We're heading into spoiler territory for the books and the show.
I'm going to go into pee and refill my drink.
Yeah, quick spoiler. I need another beer.
All right, listen, this is what we're going to do. This is what we're going to do. This is going to make sense, guys. We're just going to watch this Taffy Bennington video, and we'll be back in a second.
I love Taffy so fucking much. Joe, you're on mute still.
Oh, sorry.
That's all right. I think that may be my favorite Taffet video, especially considering that my blow up doll appears in it a few times. Before I popped her.
It's fun.
If you know what I mean. I popped her. My penis.
My screen isn't refreshing for some reason. Fixed.
One second. Good work with the technical difficulties.
I think it's because I took my headphone out when I walked away, so the screen was just frozen on like a plane landing from Taffy's video, and I was like, "What? I don't know what's happening."
All right, let's get to the spoiler part of this show, which again,
yes. All right, spoilers for the books. And
Tom's an idiot and is still on mute.
Oh, maybe he committed homicide.
John just noticed that for the first time.
I just noticed that it's good. Yeah. This show, for those who don't know, really is the worst sort of entertainment for me because all I do is get wrapped up in the dumbest jokes. It's
you mean
just,
the best?
Yeah, it's pretty much masturbation. This whole show is just myself getting off.
Right, honestly, like book spoilers, let's talk about how these are. Let's start here. The worst warders of all time in space.
Worst warders.
Oh my god. Where's the perimeter? Where's the scouts? Where's the people watching things? Like, what's going on?
Why are they getting drunk while their Aes Sedai have been like working to the bone to like keep somebody shielded?
They're trying to have freeways. Yeah,
we just defeated an army and captured the guy calling himself the Dragon Reborn, and the army is led by the King of Gildan, and like, let's have an orgy? Like, Jesus Christ.
It's just so much.
Lan says more words in this episode than he does in the entire 14 books there.
Yeah,
this is where my note of this fuck thinks he can teach Lan comes in. I was just like, what the fuck?
By the way, so Stephen and Corinne are from New Spring, and they're one of the groups. They're one of the groups sent to look for Rand. So again, these people are A, dead 20 years ago, and B, barely interact with Moraine because she wasn't accepted at the time. So why they were chosen other than just like, you know what we can do? Kill them real fucking easy. Is kind of bizarre, but also I don't mind. I feel like Rafe has like a fucking virtual Rolodex of like eminently killable characters that people will recognize, but like, fuck it, this guy had no role that really matters. So kill him.
This is my favorite part because like I actually like talking about the show non-spoiler because I'm just like, what do you think about this show? And like kind of laughing about it. It was cool or it was funny and here's some silly shit, but like, and again, I loved the episodes, but I want to go to town with stuff that drove me crazy.
Again, I'm gonna say this over and over, so I hope you enjoy watching this shit. The fact that it exists is a 10 out of 10, right? For the actual show, like it's fucking incredible. The fact that Brandon Sanderson, who massacred Matt in book 12, finished the series is a 10 out of 10, right? Really, everything like it fucking exists. It's good enough, right? It's like the first time you have sex. It was probably awful, but good enough. If you're a dude, if you're a woman, you're probably really underwhelmed. But so like fuck yeah, right? It's good enough to be there. And I just want to talk about it. And then, like you said, though, I want to shit on some things, though. Now that I'm looking back at it, like almost the entire last 10 minutes is just a what the fuck.
Those warders are terrible soldiers.
All right, well, hold on. Let's wait. Back up.
Yeah, that's a great diatribe, though.
Not that we need to run through the entire episode, but let's talk about like things in mild order. So first thing, I want to talk about this. And
I love it.
This is how madness looks and voices in your head look. That's awesome. And I want to know what you guys think about. Is this Spaceship Blues there? Is that what it looks like?
It's his personal madness, I guess.
I mean,
yeah, but I mean, like, do you think when like Rand is crazy later, like we're gonna get?
I hope we don't see the exact same thing. That would be boring.
Well, we didn't see that in the first.
I mean,
scene.
I don't know if it's gonna be the exact same thing, but
the first scene of Wheel of Time of the show is a human.
Yeah, so they all have different mental disorders when they start going crazy.
So I thought this one was interesting in that, like, the first one was self-preservation, like we can keep running, we can go. This one is kill everyone, and you're the chosen one.
And presumably, the guy that was like, "We can keep running," should that guy have gotten into any kind of position of power, might have been saying the same kind of thing.
Yeah.
Either that or we shouldn't be in power. Maybe it would have been a very good consigliere. We're going crazy, man.
Brad says Coretta was basically in charge. Her death will have ramifications on camp politics. I mean, I agree. Yeah,
we'll discuss that in 5 questions.
Yeah. Oh, 5 questions. The Tom
we always close with 5 questions. I keep saying I'm saying that because we never do. We've only done it once, but
we always do. It might sound weird that we're announcing this here, and also saying we've always done it. But
we always close with 5 questions.
Yeah, we always close with 5 questions.
We're always professional.
All right, so Madness voice looks awesome. When does tying off a shield become a thing? Should they know that already? When is that happening?
I don't know.
Are they tying off a shield in book 6 when Rand's in a box?
I don't know.
They do at the end.
In the book, you always get a picture of like a wall coming down, I guess. So like this is different. It's almost like a net around your body.
I hate this.
Yeah. So I don't.
Really?
I don't hate it, but
I don't hate it.
I think it's so. It doesn't make sense from what happens at the beginning of this episode to what happens at the end. Doesn't make sense because at one point it's literally, I can only take 2 people can only take 50% of it. Right? There's no discussion of linking or anything like that. And at the end, then like sisters link with me, and all fucking 7, I guess 7 because Corinne's on her back, bitch. Like are there, and like they link and they all hold him down, and then of course they gentle him. But so they can link, but don't. It's almost like they take off, like, I don't know, like 50% of my power here and 50% there. Give them a hair.
Yeah. Can we dig into that more now that's non-spoiler?
So if they know how to link, what's that?
Can we dig into that now that it's non-spoiler? Like they could have linked. Of course. Many more of them could have been guarding this guy.
Yes, and that's kind of, well, there's also this very, very, and I've got in all caps that just says "fucking wrong." Let's see. I think Leandrin says it's harder to shield someone than break out, which is the opposite of feeling of what I heard, like throughout or what I read during the books, is that once you're shielded, unless you're much stronger, again, other than a few instances, it's far easier to hold someone already shielded than not.
Yeah,
and
I think
so
that's right.
It just seems, again, it could even have to. Honestly, if you go with that, you can make like Logain 3 times as strong as one of the Aes Sedai here in question.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know. Well, and rightfully so. I guess they're simplifying the power and like trying to make it as easy to understand
for
as
sure.
possible.
Yeah.
Like they're not talking about fire, water, earth, weave, spirit. Like they're just like, I have power, you have power. Like, they might get around to it once they capture an audience. But
so actually, that was my question. So that was a question I had. Like, do you think that the weaves and stuff is going to get more like
complex?
No.
Yeah, like later on, are you gonna like right now we're seeing stuff, but we don't know what we're seeing. Do you think that as a show, like later on, they're gonna be like, oh, that's water or that's air? And I mean, she already mentioned plugging his ears with air.
I think we might see,
and then we saw the earth erupts and like
maybe
like
a little.
things. I mean, like
I don't know. I want to say no, but then again, we got so much exposition drop in this episode.
Yeah,
skillfully done, but I mean,
So Moraine links with Leandrin like rather quickly, and so my question, I said Moraine links with Leandrin like rather quickly, like kind of I think knowing what she's going to do. So my question is like, do you think it's like a subtle like she's already on the side of like we should gentle him, like it's so much easier because she kind of knows like that it's Dragon Reborn. That
what do you mean?
Dragon Reborn.
Wait, link when?
At the very end,
like, link with me, sisters. Like Moraine's like, okay, and just like immediately like joins in, and I was like,
I think I think
weirdly fast, and like
I think everybody that did that knew what they were about to do.
Yeah, and what I'm asking is like, do you think Corinna was like the only one that was like a holdout in terms of like getting Logain to the tower. And even Moraine was like, yeah, Leandrin, you're making sense. Like, it makes better sense. Because she knows he's not actually the Dragon Reborn, not because of her beliefs.
I think there's a chance that if Logain would have killed Leandrin, that Corinna might have just been like, oh, we got to take this guy down right now. Like, I don't know.
Oh, fair enough. Okay. So do you think it's in the moment, like the heat of a battle moment when like Moraine?
Yeah, that I think that's why everyone did it.
Well, I'm not sure.
We might see
Moraine,
we might see some of them with regrets later. We might see
Moraine
specifically.
I'm not sure.
Moraine might
certain that one of the Dragon Reborn or the Dragon Reborn is one of the 5, and she's certain, and she's even ruled out Nynaeve, unlike the Dark One. But like, so like, she's certain one of the 4 is Dragon Reborn. Do you think the reason she was like immediately like okay with like gentling him is because she's just like, whatever, he's not the Dragon Reborn, I don't give a fuck?
No, I don't. I don't think she was okay with gentling him. I think that they thought that there was other options to do. Like, right, you can hold him, you can shield him, you can do stuff, and I think that she's going to not be happy about it. Oh, I think agrees.
I think Moraine for like half a minute thought that he might actually be the Dragon Reborn because he was so powerful.
No.
She definitely did. She talked to Lan about it. Lan had to talk her down off a ledge.
There's nothing wrong with questioning whether or not you do something.
And then
because you question yourself doesn't mean you.
All right, well, so maybe Moran's like, well, the pattern won't let me gentle the Dragon Reborn, so let's do it.
Yes, yeah, by definition.
So this is an interesting point. Wyatt says, didn't Moraine and Lan watch Leandrin gentle that dude from episode 1 against Tower Law, but it was never mentioned?
Oh, interesting, Wyatt.
Well, what were they going to do?
Well, first off, Spangler, I loved you in all the Ghostbuster movies. So thank you.
Whoa. Just one.
Well, I loved you. You didn't like Spangler in the second one?
I mean, Ghostbusters 2 is fine. I didn't.
Ghostbusters 2 is a great fucking movie. Let's not do this.
On that note, I wrote, fight happens, reds and greens fighting together, cats and dogs living together.
Which is from Ghostbusters 1.
Ghostbusters 1.
Yeah. So we probably
make it my part.
At the beginning. We are awful at this. We didn't even we missed the entire fucking 80% of the episode.
Look. Here's the thing: if you watch the show,
I'm gonna go back, Jono.
We have to do the first part like in order and very carefully, non-spoilery, and then we finally get to like cut loose.
Yeah, we're gonna jump around in the second half. The second half is a free for all, Jono.
Yeah.
We're just gonna run all over the place.
It's madness.
Can you show me a ram?
What?
A picture of a ram? A ram?
A ram?
A ram? A ram?
He wants to see it.
I don't know if I have a.
I want to see it.
I have a picture of
Aaron. Are they the same person?
I'm pretty sure they are. The wheel spun Brandon Fraser out before he died.
Brandon?
He was cast
Brandon
in the wheel
Fraser?
of time.
A ram?
A random Fraser. Wait, what's his name? I forget. Anyway.
I'm legitimately.
Jenna's gonna cry.
I mean, this one's just staying up for all time.
Well, I know we're going for Jordan.
We're on a lot of good topics here.
Jordan Con next year. Let's just do that as a. But
just a flawless Aram costume from like as a tinker, but just like you're a white man with Brendan Fraser hair.
Yeah, that's easily doable for you, you ganger.
That's what I'm saying. It's there. You got it.
I could grow my hair back out.
Brando Sando Fraser.
That's tough to say, but I love it.
Do you guys have any more spoiler comments?
Oh fuck! I can't wait to see
I have a ton. I have a lot.
So fuck it. Yeah, let's go back
to through it so we can get to the questions and end the show.
So from the actual beginning.
Go ahead, Jonah.
Yeah. I find it interesting they went with a king because if you remember the lore, which you don't because no one should, they have gone through like 5 different monarchs in the last like literally 6-8 months in Gildon because it's all been bullshit and just uphill, fucked up. So I don't mind that they just chose. Only thing I don't like is that they went with Gildon. No, like Gehenna, no, other town in. They just went with country name. It just seems so kind of bland and uninteresting.
I mean, in terms of the show, I disagree. I think it's more of like, let's just get people into understanding and maybe discerning larger names before we really start diving deep.
Why not just give it like
the minutia of
Gildon, right? Like just so you know where in Gildon we are, or what Gildon even is.
I mean, yeah. I mean, yes.
Feels
yes
like a weird hill to die on.
Yes and no.
We can do it.
Weird hills to die on are the only hills I've got. I am not a spoiler, but fuck me with the cliffs. Again, this is 4 episodes that everything's on a cliff overlooking things.
I did that to you, and I'm so happy I did.
It's just, I'm done.
You know what's happening next.
Listen, I think it's very simple. At some point, the high ground is going to win the day.
Yeah.
We're all going to be taught a lesson.
Yeah.
That Obi-Wan already taught us. I wrote, does Alana look like a rapist to you?
No, not yet. I'm excited to see in the future. Yeah. Well, she still has both her warders, though.
She looks pretty pleasant.
Yeah, she seems very nice.
Yeah,
I like
she
Alana
seems
a
very
lot.
nice.
Like Blow Up Doll Shanda was really like kind of like Alana seems pretty fucking cool, and I was like, do you remember?
I actually did like her a little bit. She broke like a little bit of the quote unquote Aes Sedai calm and kind of was just like, hey, remember when you used to do this? And Moraine was like, you're trying to get info out of me, and
it was funny though.
I am, but also I don't care about putting up that pretense. Let's just talk, kind of thing.
I didn't like that because I didn't like to know that Moraine has a personality.
Oh god, so many countless notes on that. Why? Yeah. So why would Karenna want information from Moraine? And do they know what her mission is? Because it seems like they do.
I don't think anybody knows. I think they're even on the TV
what the
show.
Fuck did they want to know from her then?
On the TV show, it seems clear that it's strange to them that she's been gone from the tower for 20 years, and they want to know what the fuck is going on.
I don't know. Has she been gone the whole time? Like the show kind of gives the impression that maybe not.
Moraine doesn't just go back for tea and then go back on her mission again.
I think she's probably gone back. I think that during the book, she's gone back and forth because she has to
disagree.
But I mean, because they have to know who the fuck she is. It's not just like some rogue accepted that, like, hey, I'm out. I got raised, and then 3 weeks.
I mean, when you're Aes Sedai, you can do what you want, Jono.
True, but people know her. People know her face. They know her name when she comes back. Like Anaya Sedai says, it's good to see you again. That kind of thing. Like even as a blue, it could be yes. We sent Raven.
Yeah, because they're 300 years old and they were in high school together back in 1902.
Well, only one. Hey, your math is awful.
Really important. It's back in the chat. But
I study my math.
Aaron Fraser is the best idea we've ever seen.
Show's just sticking through comments.
Also, hashtag land buns, Dana. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Anyway, so I forget where the fuck I was even going. Back to the beginning of this shit, I'm fascinated by what's happening. I've said it 3 different episodes as far as the prophecies of the dragon go and what is known, what's not known. And also what we're being told is known. And, I get the fact that there's going to be, what we think appears to be like, well, that's not what it really is versus what is like, the actual lore will be even in the books or even in the show, right? Like this thing that, Logain thinks he's going to bind the world, which is pretty close to what Rand tries to do.
Except for I didn't care for the word bind.
Well, that's from the prophecies. He'll bind I think it's the north and the east and the west and the south. There's west and the
yeah. I don't like it. I don't like it, Jonah.
He literally takes him up and kind of has him tied up and then eats it out.
It's just twine.
It just beats it out.
Yeah, gets in there.
I don't know. I like the word bind only in the sense of I liked the idea that what Logain is trying to do. Because again, clearly from this episode, he truly believed he was the Dragon Reborn until he saw Nynaeve's sun burst.
Yeah,
but
I think there was a comment.
I like that idea of because that's what Rand is eventually going to try to do.
Joe sounds like a Nazi sympathizer right now.
Wow.
I mean, you're wrong.
I don't have a Tom says horrible things overlay.
He's not the Dragon Reborn. He's a terrorist, Joe. but he keep trying to explain to us like
fair enough.
How he's got a lot of good smart ideas.
SMRG. Let's talk about Matt's dagger sickness.
The throw up of the fucking arid hole is amazing. Like,
do you think there's a little piece of Matt's evil running around? Like a tiny mirror ant.
That would be incredible.
It crawled off. It crawled away. It hit the ground. It hit the rock. It just crawled away.
Then all we need is a tiny parent. We could have like a Rescue Rangers type
tiny
situation.
It really is.
Man.
It's worth the by far. Like, I'm so like when I watched episode 3 with Charlotte, I'm like, why, changing tile color versus mist? And now I'm like, well, if Matt had vomited mist, that looked dumb as fuck. Like, so
yeah.
I'm glad you did
vomiting
this.
out some sort of black putrid crap that like hit the ground and just like spread off and like slinked away like a weird slug in a
like from Ghostbusters 2 with the slime, or with the
yes, and then it went into the sewers, and then as long as you play good music, it's gonna be happy.
By Bobby Brown.
Yeah.
As long as you play higher and higher.
Yeah. Which higher though? From Wet Hot American Summer?
What if Matt's plan was to spit into a can and then put a lid on it and just play if
he vomited into a can and then put a lid on it, he could pour it into a toaster, play music to it, it would jump around.
Maybe that's how they heal it.
There is nothing if you remember that, because obviously we want to discuss more about Ghostbusters 2. Egon, he yells at it. You're nothing but he just names like the scientific name for liquid that can change emotions, and it's the dumbest.
First of all, you're getting off this weird Ghostbuster tangent.
I'm so sorry. That's just me.
I never want to come back from the Ghostbusters tangent. Let's keep going.
Oh, okay. Let's keep going.
I want to end on the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, and then.
By the way, when that ends, that looks like both the funniest bukkake ever, and also probably delicious.
The funniest. What's the second most funny bukkake ever?
Probably the second movie when they come out from the Peaks line.
What's the third? What's the third funniest bukkake ever, Jono?
I don't know. I'm sure I've got it. I'm sure, 6 beers and 3 scotches ago, as Lincoln said, I would have remembered.
All right, are we talking about the show anymore?
Got it.
Damn. Assuming Fane gets the dagger, he'll be leaving mashed at our shits all over the place, which is why I was highlighting this comment from Dana. By the way, Dana, we've absolutely talked about mashed at our shits before.
Could you imagine?
It was when Rand tucked the dagger in his belt.
Can you imagine?
In book 2. Yeah. God damn.
No,
also,
you can't pee mashed at our
dick. How fucking gross that! Like, you take this black piss and it climbs right back up your urethra.
Does your dick get bigger?
That's fucking gross. What, Tom?
So since you've had a week to digest episode 3, do you think Rand was channeling or Taviran for the breaking down the door? Just a quick yes or no.
Channeling.
I think channeling.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, maybe it was Taviran because we didn't see anything, and I was like, they don't show you anything because they don't want you to know he's the dragon people were.
Well, he got lucky because he hit the spot in the right. Yeah. No.
Not only are they putting him off to the side, they're highlighting other people. And it's working. If you look at the general, hilarious. I
wrote Nynaeve doesn't like the idea of Lan being tired in quotations.
Neither do I.
That means fucking Moraine. That's what that means.
I am quite interested, by the way, in kind of where it's going to go. Do we think that Aram is going to be, or Aram?
Who?
I'm sorry, Encino. It's gonna kill me every time. Do we think that he's going to become I have a hard time I looking at Brendan Fraser murdering people in 2 seasons. Maybe that's the look on his face after he's killed someone.
Yeah, when he uses a sword for the first time, he's like,
he stabs somebody and then he's like, "What?"
and then someone's like, "Did you just stab that guy?" And he's like, "Maybe he committed homicide." We don't know.
But I really hope they follow through with that because he doesn't look. Even though he's obviously got some.
I hope they do too. He's talked way too much in the show to not come through later on. Period. End of story.
Yeah.
You would never have this much discussion with a rando offside character if he wasn't going to circle back around and be like, "Now I kill people." It's just not going to happen.
If you're in a Robert Jordan book, you don't have a single sentence exchange with anybody without that person coming back. So.
Yeah, but this is a television show, so they're not wasting a goddamn minute on anything. Yeah. So Aram talking to them for any length of time at all, just he's coming back. That's absolutely happening. I have a quick question here. Nynaeve is the son. I loved that. Yeah. I mean, we also saw
are we back at the end?
Holding his hand
at the end.
Yeah. Are we not?
No, I wasn't.
Do not look at your notes. Do not look at your notes. We're at the end.
Oh yeah. That's what I was saying. So this is an important thing to discuss. Nynaeve lights up with the power. He can't see that.
I hate
but
this.
He can see taw'veren.
But he did. Oh.
But he can see taw'veren. So is that what we're seeing? And is she a taw'veren? But then we have the notes of there's only 4. The Dark One thinks there's 4 taw'veren in the 2 rivers. Or was that in the show, or is that just outside of the show?
No, that's in the show. God damn! No, the Dark One knows nothing about. Yeah,
they thought there was 5. Moraine excluded Nynaeve in the first episode when she had
but
the conversation
only
about age. Only Moraine.
So I think.
But if she's glowing like the sun and he can't see her weaves, she must be taw'veren because he can see taw'veren. Correct?
Or it's just bad. Well, hold on. 3 things. 1A, 2D.
Can't believe we haven't played
that. So A.
Yeah, A.
Joe, play that video as our outro tonight.
He doesn't have it queued up.
I don't have that queued up. I'm kidding.
So A. It was Moraine who said there's rumors of 4, and then it seems like, and I think memory may serve me, that it's Dark friends who think there's 5. So the Dark thinks
I think they all thought there was 5, but Moraine ruled
Who
out
thought there was 5? Who said 5?
I think everyone, Dark friends and the Light, equally thought there was 5 possibilities. Moraine's the only one who actually ruled Nynaeve out in terms of age.
I still don't know. No, Moraine knew there was 4 from the beginning. There was rumors of 4 Dark friends.
Study your math.
Dark friends.
4 taw'veren.
You know what the French call les incapajano?
Is in the first scene, pretty much, or second scene. So, I mean, there's definitely... there's a weird dichotomy on who thinks 5 versus who thinks 4. To my memory. And then secondly... I wish I'd written this down. I'm already drunk. But fuck me. Next.
And D.
Next.
John was drunk.
Are we ready for the end?
I will remember.
We're ready for 5 questions for sure, Tom.
No, not ready for the end. Because
I'm sorry, John.
Think there's something fucking weird about of all the things that go on here at the end. It's frustrating as shit that. The way that it happens with, like you said, about does he see the weave or not? The way that she cannot be more powerful than Logain. Or she's definitely on the same level, maybe, but Logain seems to be in the books at least. I guess so. She can be in the books. Logain is not much below Rand, and I'm talking all the way at the end.
I don't think Nynaeve is much below Rand.
Rand is way stronger than Nynaeve. Nynaeve's the same. He's just a little bit stronger than Moghedien.
Oh, all right. So hold on. Let me correct my statement. Rand, Logain, Nynaeve, neck and neck.
I don't think that's right either. And I'm sure. I haven't finished reading the companion, which has all the numbers, but we'll call Alan.
Let's call him right now.
Just call him now.
Call him right now and ask him who the strongest is.
Yeah.
He's not. He doesn't know the answer.
His response is going to be, actually, you know what? Alan of all people would respond, just be happy.
But he wouldn't call him and be like, "Why did you call him?" I don't know.
That's a Maria question. God damn it.
Has John read the book, Ayush? Yes, he has. They did not have rankings for their power levels in that, though.
Yeah, they do. They have it in the
with the power rating things.
Not in the big white book. The companion. I'm pointing at my own 2 bookshelves. Sorry.
Yeah, what are you doing? Like what?
Get on my fucking sketch. Tom's done. All right,
we're wrapping this up. Are you guys ready for the 5 questions?
Yes, 5 questions. This is our segment called
5 questions for the next episode.
Tom's not answering.
I'm not answering. Can I hear me?
No, you were. I did.
Okay.
You just took a long time. It's called five questions of things that are happening in the next episode. 5 questions.
What do you think is going to happen in the next episode? Will we get Perrin in the White Cloaks or Wolves? Like, is that how he's going to leave the Tinkers? Or are they just going to roll into Whitebridge together?
Did they cast Elias?
Don't know.
I don't know.
So that's.
I think we're getting Wolves. We're getting Wolves, and we're getting White Cloaks, and we're getting Perrin. I can't say if we're getting Elias.
You know,
I think they're going to leave the Tinkers. Yes,
I'm with you. I mean, obviously they're leaving the Tinkers. They got to do that, right? That's a whole episode of Perrin with the Tinkers in neutral, pretty much, just like kind of what happens in the books. Except
my question is, do White Cloaks attack the Tinkers, and that's why they leave?
Oh, that's a great thing.
They're like in safety, and they're riding towards Tar Valon. Like, why would they leave them?
We're all headed
run off into the woods.
Yeah, everyone's headed east toward the Whitebridge. They're obviously going to be there instead of Camelin.
Towards the White Tower, towards Tar Valon.
But they're going to end up in Whitebridge.
Why the Tinkers are ever going to Tar Valon? Yeah. No, but I think Joe is for the first time in his life onto something great, in that.
I feel like the White Cloaks are being set up to be like they're doing a lot more shit than they've been doing in the books, and we're gonna see like the White Cloaks being like, "Hey, let's fuck with these assholes," you know, like kind of like, "You guys are dark friends," and just like fuck shit up, and Perrin's gonna have to do something. Long story short, wolves happen.
Too late, you know. Yeah, no, I love the idea really of Perrin protecting the Tinkers instead of the wolves, but the wolves being there to be helpful. Mm-hmm. So him calling on it, and therefore kind of putting that whole triumvirate together of his love of the tWoTchan, his bond with the wolves, and his hatred of the children all in one. Who needs Elias? Fuck that dude.
All right, do Moraine, the Knave, and Lan travel east with this party, or do they leave on their own?
No, they. I think based on the trailers, this party is reaching the White Tower together. Like, I think Nynaeve is going to be in the White Tower way early, like than we would expect.
Oh, I disagree.
I think the White Tower is going to be Camelin in like the next episode. I think they're all going to like congregate there.
I think the White Tower is a flashback in episode 7 while they're in the ways of Moraine taking those and going on her journey.
Interesting. Okay.
You know what? I'm going to go with Joe's original idea. I think Dana's right that they bypassed Whitebridge because they get wiped.
Whitebridge was Tom in the barn.
Yeah, Whitebridge.
There's no Whitebridge.
Whitebridge is Camelin. They're all going to meet up there and then go to the Eye of the World.
Okay, fair enough.
They're not going to Camelin.
That's possible. Yeah, that's possible.
Well, they never wanted to go to Camelin. Anyway, question 3.
Question 3, that excluded. All right, do you think Matt and Rand reach their destination next episode? Like, because in the books, they reach it ahead of everybody else. Do you think we're going to get more Rand and Matt fighting farm people?
I want more. I mean, like, to me, like book 1 is almost one of the most indelible images and they almost got to it, right? Was the Tom, if you remember, while they were mucking up the stables, Tom's warming up his voice, right, to go perform. One of the most indelible. Ain't no Lingus football boo.
The Human Torch.
Ain't no Lingus football boo.
But like, so he was about to like perform for the Grinwells. So, and that's kind of again like that part between all of Whitebridge and Camelin is book one almost for like, that journey. And so like, I hope that there's at least some vestige of it besides Tom going to Lormba's voice and then getting in a fight with a Myrddraal. Like, I want there to be some part of that. I don't know if that answered the question.
No, it didn't. Next question.
Yeah. Oh, Joe didn't answer. Joe didn't have the question. Let Joe answer first.
I'm not sure I understood the question.
What does the fox say?
Oh, ring, ding, 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 ding.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
All right. Next question. Will we meet Min this episode?
Fuck, I hope so.
Assuming that they all congregate in Tar Valon, which I think they may. Yes, I think Baerlon and Camelin and Tar Valon are all going to be like a thing in the season.
And Bearback.
It's going to all be like smashed together, amalgamated.
All right. And then last question is loyal ?
Not this episode.
Tar
no.
Valon. Min, loyal. We might even get the Queen's Blessing in Tar Valon, for fuck's sake. I don't know.
Why would there be a Queen's Blessing in Tar Valon? It's a geography spread.
All right.
No,
Just
loyal's
saying, I think they're gonna smash those things together.
It's like 6. Yeah, no, I think loyal episode 6.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, is that it?
Yes.
That's tWoTcast for this week.
I'm actually really proud of you.
If you have any comments or questions, leave them below, and in theory, we'll get better at responding to them. You can listen to the audio version of the show wherever you get your podcasts, which I would think you'd probably know if you're listening to the audio version of this show. But, you know.
As a viewer.
Fuck it. The tWoTcast theme song is brought to you by the one, the only, Taffy Bennington, and of course, also the 2 and the duplicate, Andrew Bard of Time. There are 2 Andrels.
The 2 and the duplicate?
It starts.
What are you saying right now?
His name is Andrel, which means there's 2. Is and Droll. Links to all their stuff below.
In the description below, yeah.
Oh, in the description. I thought it was supposed to be showing here. It's a new intro, new outro. Thank you to our guests, which is, of course,
You're doing well.
Homicide, upstairs taking a Joe.
Keep the change, you filthy animals. What are you doing?
I'm thanking our guests. Join us next week for more of the Wheel of Time show, which I guess would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nothing.
Oh my God.
I'm expecting you guys to help sing Mama number 5 with me.
We're not doing it.
You pieces of shit. Anyway, all right, so next week we'll be covering episode 5, which, of course, according to our theories, is going to have literally every character that's been missed, and we cannot fucking wait for it. I'm Jono.
Yeah, I'm excited about it.
Suck brick, kids.
Keep the change, you filthy animals. Tom, say your thing.
God damn, study your math.
Among the first to start, the tWoTcast was so smart to lovingly bash our favorite books. But that was long ago, and now they've grown the show, and now they got us in their hooks. Don't throw coins to these bastards, they need bars of gold at least. Someone please keep them afloat. Now let's listen as they once again ramble through a book. Let's get the fucking quote. One of them is Tom, but he is barely on. Sometimes he calls into the show. Another one is Jono. Is he their joker? Oh no. And Joe, is he the stupid one? Welcome to the tWoTcast. We will share our love for books and all our hate in every episode. will entertain you, make you laugh so hard you barely can stand up. That is the tWoTcast Go.